Hello everyone, Jill here. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another A Cherry on Top YouTube hop. And the focus for this month, May, this is going to go live May 1st. The focus for this month of May, is flowers. And I will be working on an April layout since we're in April, but it will have to do with flowers. So I wanted to talk a little bit about something that you might have seen on my Cherry on Top blog post of a little while ago, and that is my decision to create dividers in my 12 by 12 album that just give the name of each month. And what I've decided I want to do is just highlight something making me happy. And so for March, I had this title, March Awesomeness, and what was making me happy was a divided wood box I got to put wood veneer in. So that's the sort of thing. It can be something very small, but something that then just kind of sets the tone for the pages that follow of the everyday details of that particular month. So I'm really excited about this, and I've been super busy with work, so I'm gonna have to go back and fill in some of the pages of both March and April. But it's nice to have these dividers as those pages accumulate. Okay, so the other thing I thought I would do with this format is use simple stories noteworthy simple stories and noteworthy collection, which has 12 by 12 papers with cut aparts for each month. So I got that set and used March, and now I'm using April. And kind of what I like about the idea is I can change the title slightly with the word that I'm putting on the label. I think the labels are for dates for using in a project like Pocket Pages or Project Life. But this is the way I'm using it. So I've been using a lot of the Simple Stories sticker books. So I just grabbed this from one of them, the word delight. So the title of March's entry page was March Awesomeness. The title of the one we're going to be making together today is April Delight. And it will feature flowers, tulips in fact, which are like one of the really cool, cheery spring flowers here in Michigan. Okay, and I'm going to kind of work with a similar format. The background paper I'm using is a B-side of 49 in Market, this cool thing, which I thought I might use, but then I don't want it to be too busy. I want mostly the white. But what I like about this too is that it has this really pretty edging of a kind of deep teal stripe, which will go well with this April card. And so I didn't use very much paper on the last page, but I want to use some papers on this one. So my idea is to layer behind the title block. So I'm going to start adhering things kind of according to the way I conceived this. I wanted to use some of these pretty floral papers from some recent spring lines. One is from Pink Paisley. It's called something like Joyful Delight or something like that. But anyway, and then I wanted to cover up the extra details on the top of this page. So put that in. So we're just layering. This is the B side of that paper. Kind of layering it at a bit of an angle. Let's see how I wanted to do this. I also cut some little scraps. I'm using, as we'll go along, you'll see I'm using like some pots of flowers, and this was the paper on the other side of that, which is really nice because it's got the tulip shape on it. So, and I might add some machine stitching to these paper layers, but for right now, just kind of getting them down there to get the color and to cover up the parts of my background paper that I don't want. I also don't want to run out of tape runner, so I can always add more tape later. Yeah, that just kind of covers it up and puts this in place. And then I do have my photo. Here it is, just out of the frame. Yeah, beautiful multicolored tulips that have definitely been filling me with delight here in April as it becomes more spring-like. my dog Hazel was taking a nap, and now she's awake, so we'll probably hear from her. Yeah, so I guess I'm kind of doing a similar format to the last one in just putting the photo in the block on a diagonal like this. And then this is the paper I cut these little pots from. Gosh, I'll have the products linked in the Cherry on Top gallery. I can't remember quite which one this is. And I sort of wanted it, let's see how I wanted it here. I think this is still in the frame. I know I want this strip underneath, and I want a little room to work, and I want this to be kind of up above the photo a bit. So I think the other block I'm going to put in here is my journaling. So let me go ahead and kind of place that so we get that in there straight. I'll tuck under the photo a bit too, I think. Get that edge straight. See how I want this in here. I don't know. Yeah, told you. Sorry about that. Hazel, settle down. So I think I might want this down a bit more, and then I can always add some detail up here. I think that's more like what I want. And then this little strip, my story, Bicycle Simple Story. So that's what that, this is the B-side of, and that's what these pots are, my story, which was such a cute line. I know I'm going to use some washi tape too, so I'm kind of saving some room and just getting paper snippets down. Tentatively anyway. And okay, so there already we've built quite a bit of the page, and hold on for 1 minute, and I'm going to grab the embellishments I set aside. Because our focus is flowers, I knew I wanted to, Joyful Notes is the pink paisley line. And I know I want to use these really cute puffy stickers from Joyful Notes as part of the embellishment. I love sequins, and I recently picked up these gold sequins. I can't remember the brand. Again, I'll link things. Anyway, it says on there, but I can't really read it. So some pretty gold sequins, these puffies, and Alta New has a couple of nice lines like this, and I knew that I'm kind of picking up on, for my color scheme for this page, it's this teal, but also green because of spring, and so it's kind of aqua, teal, green, mustardy yellows, so that's why I picked these, and some touches of orange and red, mostly coming from the tulips. So okay, let me say a little bit about my journaling block. You've probably seen me use this many times. This is a stamp from Dina Wakley, and I like it to type journaling in, or to add little decorative touches, to just make a base for a rub-on, anything. It's felt really versatile, and I've been using it a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere this, and then we're just going to build this area with some of these embellishments and things to fill in. The paper that I stamped this on is like a Japanese stationery that's nice and like thin, kind of translucent, which I think is nice for scrapbooking. And it this particular one is kind of a creamy color, and it has some houses and trees, which seemed appropriate with my theme of flowers blooming by our houses. Hazel, enough. Okay, I knew I also wanted to work along the edge a little bit here, if that's in the frame. Okay. Yeah, I thought it was going to do really well with her sleeping while I made this, but that didn't quite work out. Okay, I want to make sure that that shows, and I can always trim this little paper, I cut this just from one of the papers, this paper up here, to kind of carry that across the page, but I like the flower along the edge like that. And I can build a little bit of an embellishment down here, a kind of mini cluster. Oh, okay, I also cut a couple little, just to finish up with the paper, a couple little paper scraps to layer in to my Dina Wakley stamped journaling block. So we'll put a little bit of paper in there. I love thinking about the, sorry, this is moving, the possibilities for this stamp. I haven't even used it that much in art journaling yet, and I think it's got all sorts of potential for, gosh, I don't know why I'm jiggling here so much today. Here, let me try and steady this a little better. Some days are just not as good as others for making videos. I'm still coming down off of my busy semester, I think. Okay. Yeah, so it's starting to come together in a kind of cute way. I wanted sort of like flowers upon flowers, and, you know, to capture a little bit of exuberance. Before I think about the embellishment stage, you'll see we've got the photo, the journaling, the title block that I wanted, some floral papers. So that kind of like satisfies all sorts of like things that I wanted for this page. But now it still looks a little bare, and there's still like places that are a little disconnected. So I want to use some stickers and some other kinds of embellishments to fill things out. I'm gonna grab the stickers. Okay, as usual, I just kind of stuck these along the edges of things. And I also actually have washi tape. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm so disorganized, but it's just right over here. I've been loving this collection. You can kind of see it in here, all the different colors of collage. Here, let me go like this. Collage patterns. This is from Simple Stories, and it's a vintage color line, and it'll be very, if you're looking for it, really easy to identify. It comes in cools and warms. And I thought this this aqua, the thing that I love about this set is that like every color is represented, and yet you get this collage effect regardless of the color you choose. So you can just reach in to your collection of it and have just the right color. I mean, in other words, it sort of serves the purpose of a neutral without being neutral. And I've really been loving it and using it on lots of things. And some parts of it are that kind of vintage neutral, but just with these wonderful pops of color. Trying to think if I want maybe to overlap a little bit here with this text. There. I like the way washi tape kind of grounds things. And we're also like working with the ability to fill in a few gaps like this too. Hazel, enough. I think I might put a little bit way, I think we're out of the frame, way down here along the bottom strip without covering too much of it. But again, just kind of grounding it, getting the third example of it in there. Hazel, Hazel. No, no. Gosh, it's hard to control life, isn't it? There are people walking by. And okay, anyway, you're getting the idea here. Of these stickers, I had originally thought about this butterfly up here, but I changed my mind when I was like contemplating what to use from the puffies. I really, really love the birds. So I want this cute bird. I guess there's only one just like this up here on the title. For some reason, I'm really partial to birds perched on letters. So that's good though too, because it has that, it's just that same mustardy color. And then let's think of some of the larger, there are some birds in circles of flowers on this too. We might use some of those. Thinking of colors and shapes and what I might want to continue to fill in this gap here. Doesn't matter too much because I'm, at this point, any of these brighter colors capture the floral theme. That's good because it's got some blue and some mustard to kind of pick up the colors. I'm not too much, as you know, of a matchy coordinated color scheme person. I love color, but I also I'm pretty good at kind of unusual color combining. I did see this of the stickers I collected from the sticker books from Simple Stories, and I thought it would be nice to kind of take the heaviness of this, like maybe down here or off to the side. Still thinking about like where, even putting it up here, where I want this. We've got a lot of space that we're filling in, so I might actually kind of tuck it, let's see, tuck it under the photo right by these birds, just to kind of fill in space and put a little more of that dark color on the page. Yeah, it's a little bit like what I had in mind. Fresh starts. I love these little like faux washi from one of the sticker books, and I used it on my other intro. So I think I might just put it in this blank area over here. I'd also thought about this little tab because again it has my blue green that I can carry across the page, and I like it right here. To kind of like, it's like a filing, it's like I'm filing this under flowers. So that's cute. Okay, and if we needed a little bit more of this deep red like this, I've got this. Wondering if I want a little bit of like the two circular elements kind of together. There. Okay, that's feeling good. It's feeling kind of balanced. Let's just kind of, I think, leave it there, and I'm gonna put the finishing touches on. So you can track this down on Instagram or the ACOT gallery, but you can imagine it's gonna have some enamel dots, and it's gonna have a few more little puffies, and these really pretty gold ones, which I like to adhere with this Nuvo glue. So so that's my process, and that's my divider page for the next month in my album. And that's all about flowers as we head into May and do a lot of scrapbooking with flowers and of flowers. Thanks for joining me and for putting up with Hazel. See you next time.